to talk about solving an inequality, and we're going to start by just solving inequalities that have addition or subtraction. Okay, so first, solving an inequality means finding values for the variable that make the inequality true. So on Monday or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video, we talked about what a solution is, right? A solution is something that fills in the inequality that makes it true. So like if x is greater than 2, 10 would be a solution because 10 is greater than 2. Okay, we're actually finding what x is less than or equal to. Okay, we need to get x by itself. You're getting the variable by itself. Okay, remember, just like when we were solving equations, whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other side. We can't just do something on one side of our inequality. We have to do it to both to keep it balanced. Okay, or if we don't do that, then we're just changing our problem, and we can't do that. Right, we got to keep it the same on both sides. Okay, so let's look at our first example. We have x plus 6 is greater than negative 4. Okay, so what we're going to do here is first I rewrote it just so it's bigger, so it's easier for me to explain it to you guys. We need to get rid of this plus 6, right? So we want to do the opposite to both sides. So the opposite of adding 6 would be subtracting 6. So that's what I wrote here. We're going to subtract 6 on this side and subtract 6 on this side. Remember, when we subtract 6 from positive 6, that's going to cancel out. And then we would get x is greater than negative 10. Okay? So then the last part we want to do here is we're going to graph it. So I put on our number line negative 11, negative 10, negative 9, just to kind of give us one on either side of this. And since it's just greater than, not equal to, we're going to draw an open circle, right? So not filled in, so open circle at negative 10. And then it's greater, so it's going to go towards our positives, right to the right. So there's our first example. Okay, it's just like solving an equation, right? We're using opposite operations. This was a plus 6, so opposite, we minus 6. Okay? Number 2 is kind of like this, except for we have x minus 6 is less than negative 4. Okay, so again, I just rewrote it. We want to get rid of this minus 6, so what we have to do to both sides is add 6 to both sides. Okay, when we add 6 to both sides, again, these are going to cancel out. Okay, and we have x is greater than 2. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Okay, so then on our number line, I have 1, 2, and 3 to kind of put some context around our 2. Okay, so since it's greater than and not equal to, there's no line, again, we're going to have an open circle at positive 2. Okay, and then it's greater, so it's going to go towards my 3, and to the right towards my bigger positive numbers, like 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up. Okay? All right, number 3. 17 plus x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is rewrite it for you guys. Okay, we need to get our x by itself, so we want to get rid of this 17. So to undo it, we're going to subtract 17 on both sides. Okay, because this is a positive 17, so the opposite of that is minus 17. Okay, so we're minusing 17 here, minusing 17 there. These are going to cancel out again. We would have x is greater than or equal to negative 2 minus 17. Everybody's negative there. We're building. So it is negative 19 total. Okay, so on our number line, this time it's greater than or equal to. So we're going to fill in our circle at negative 19. Okay, so we're going to fill this in, our closed circle. And then it's greater than, so it's going to go towards our positives to the right. Okay, negative 18, negative 17, all the way up. Okay, because all of these are greater than negative 19. Okay, our next one, we have negative 11 is less than x plus negative 9. Here, I rewrote it, but really the first thing I want to do is rewrite it again without my doubles. Remember, it's much easier to solve if you dump your doubles first, and that way you really know what operations you should be using to do the opposite. So when I rewrite it without my doubles, plus minus is just a minus. So negative 11 is less than x minus 9. Now it's really easy to see what I should be doing to both sides. So to undo this minus 9, right, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So then our negative 9 plus 9 cancels out, And we have negative 11 plus 9 is negative 2, which is less than x. So to graph this, I think it's easier if you put your x on the left-hand side, so I'm going to just flip it around. Okay, so remember when you're doing that, you want to be careful with your inequality symbol. It was opening towards my x, and I still want it opening towards my x when I flip it around. So then x is greater than negative 2, so I'm going to put an open circle at negative 2, and then we're going to go towards our right, towards our bigger positive numbers, like negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. All of those things are bigger than negative 2. Okay. Number 5. We have negative 4 plus x is less than negative 4. Okay, so I just rewrote it. What we want to do to both sides, we want to get x by itself, so we're going to get rid of this negative 4. The opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. So that's what we did to both sides. Here, actually, we're going to be able to cancel both sides of this, right? Negative 4 and positive 4 cancel out on both sides. So this we're just not even going to write. We're just going to write x. But over here, we're going to write 0, right? Because we don't want to write nothing. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0, so we're going to have 0 over here. Okay, so on our graph, we've got negative 1, 0, 1. Since it's just less than, not equal to, I'm going to have an open circle at 0, and then it's going to go to the left, towards our negatives. Okay, our last one that we're doing together, I rewrote it once again, so I have negative 1 is greater than or equal to x minus negative 6. We've got two negatives in here, so again, when I have doubles, I want to dump my doubles. It makes it so much easier to solve. Okay, so then we're going to change those to a plus. So negative 1 is greater than or equal to x plus 6. To get rid of this plus 6, we're going to subtract 6 on both sides. When we do that, our 6's over here cancel out. Okay, so negative 1 minus 6 is negative 7, which is greater than or equal to x. And again, I want to flip it around to make it easier to graph. So right now, our little inequality symbol is opening towards negative 7, so when I flip it, I still want it opening towards negative 7. Okay, so then here it could be equal to, so we're going to do our filled in circle at negative 7, and then it's going to go to the left. Okay, on the back, there are plenty for you to try on your own. You're solving and then graphing. Remember, you want to dump your doubles if you need to. Also use opposite operations, just like when you were solving equations. Okay, it's exactly like that. Then you're just going to graph them. Okay, when you're done, get them checked and then you can move on.